Ashtanga yoga, and today we are going to cover the hands position. The hands are our foundation for many of the yoga asanas that we do in our practice and for all the vinyasa that we do. So it's very important, a correct position of our hands. So the first concept we are going to review is Hasta Bandha. Hasta means hands in Sanskrit and Bandha means lock. So it's the hand lock. So how do we do this hand lock? We really need to push down into our mat the four corners of our palm, especially the index knuckle. You can actually say as well that there are 5 points. These four corners and actually here in the base of the thumb, right? Like we can divide this one in two. We are pushing down those corners so hard that the middle of the hand is going to lift up. So it's going to create like a suction cup on our mat. Fingertips is another thing that is very important in this Hasta Bandha concept. So the fingertips should be really pushing down. They should be active pressing down. So if we don't push down the fingertips and someone would be able to lift them up, we are not active, we are not activating the muscles of our forearms. So, and also our index knuckle would lift up. That would cause that we have a lot of pressure on our wrists and nothing on the front of our hand. By pushing down, especially in the index knuckle and four corners of our palm and fingertips pressing down, we are activating these muscles. You can actually do it and feel the sensation on your muscles. And then we are passing or shifting weight from the wrist toward the knuckles and toward the fingertips. So that's what we want. We are shifting so much that way that even the middle of our wrist can lift up. Depending on the practice that you are doing, I know for example, in Ashtanga, we keep the fingers closed and facing completely forward. In Skanda Yoga, for example, the practice that I do, and you can find all these things as well in the book of Skanda Yoga, we actually press down so much the fingertips that the middle knuckles will lift up. This will help us more to activate more muscles on our forearms and also to create that suction effect on our hand. I like to say that the index finger looking forward or slightly toward the side. Okay, so never the index finger looking forward because we will close our shoulders. We create an inner rotation on our shoulders. We want the opposite. So index finger looking forward is a nice point, or a little bit more toward the side if we need more shoulder opening. That will help us to create that opening on our shoulders. And depending of our body type, it's very important. As well, the hands normally are shoulder distance apart, but we normally open them a little bit more to create, again, same thing, the opening on our shoulders. So again, always like pressing down the fingertips. If I see my nails, they would be white because I'm really pressing down the four corners of the palm down. Also, from Chaturanga, it helps to really push down those base knuckles when I lean forward as much as I can. Okay, so again, I'm shifting weight from my wrist toward my index knuckle when my shoulders are on top of the wrist, and even a little bit more forward when I bring the shoulders more forward than my wrist, and then going down. Okay. Playing with that shifting of the weight, and you start to feel it when coming to Chaturanga. Feel the weight on your knuckles, on your fingertips before going down, and that will help you a lot to create the strength on the fingers, on the forearms. So another exercise you can do to build a strength on our forearms, which is what we are creating here as well, is to grab a block and like really pushing the fingers there. You feel the strength on your forearms, or as well those little balls that you play with them to build a strength, or not just on our hand, but on the forearms. There are also many other hand positions that you can do your vinyasas with, or another asanas, like fist. I can do my vinyasa in fist. I'm using my knees, but just to show. You can do wrist up. There are many more, reverse wrist up, which help us to activate different muscles, help us to alleviate some tension on our wrist, or if we have a wrist injury, we can work with them. It's nice to change as well because we are not getting used to the same thing. In my personal practice, I do my chaturangas, my vinyasa with all this hand position. It had helped me a lot to not have a wrist pain, to alleviate, to open more my heart, to strengthen more my forearms. So I hope you have liked this video, you have found it useful. You can like it, you can share it. And if you have any comments or any questions, please let them there on the comment section. And I will be happy to answer any question you may have. Namaste.